The line's getting longer. The fries are down. The kitchen team just ran out of chicken nuggets. We got to wait for those. The phone's ringing off the hook. I've got all these things. Can I really go take a minute and a half, 2 minutes to go sit in the office and rethink this stuff? Can I do that?
Yep.
Good morning, BX3 listeners. Welcome back for another Thursday morning episode. We're glad you're here. Today I have with me Hailey Banish.
Good morning.
Those of you who have been in our class, maybe you're listening, maybe you're not, but
We hope you are.
We hope you are. As you know, me and Hailey always have the energy, and so I'm really excited to spend the next 15-ish minutes talking about some cool stuff with you, Hales. But How are you doing?
I'm doing well. How are you?
Good. I know you just recently kind of went through a leadership class.
I did. I got to attend Hamburger University at MHQ is really cool.
That's downtown Chicago, right?
It is downtown Chicago. Chicago doesn't like me very much, but that's okay. Beautiful city. Glad I got to spend some time there. And yeah, I spent 3 days elevating my leadership skills.
You got your diploma in hamburgerology?
Yeah, it was a whole bachelor's.
Yeah.
I know.
That's awesome. Well, you shared with me earlier today something that you wanted to talk about from kind of that experience that you had. Mm-hmm. And so I kind of just want to dive into it. Have you ever been in a moment when the screens are full, fries are down, someone calls off, and your brain just goes, cool, no ideas, just panic. Welcome to the box.
Yes.
We're going to talk about the box today. And I know you wanted to talk about this specifically because it's kind of from that curriculum, and we're going to condense it down a little bit, but we're going to talk about what is the box, what triggers you to get in the box, and some ways to get out of the box, some practical tips on how to kind of question, what's going on in your surroundings. Because we know that running a shift is not easy. And there's so many things that you're focused on as leaders in the restaurant. And it's easy to get in the box.
It is easy. And there's a lot of things that put us in the box a lot of the times. And when we're in the box, we're not very useful to ourselves or to our teams.
Yeah, it can really restrict your thinking. The box sounds so ominous, like the box, like it just sounds so weird. So Hailey, when you think of the word, when we say you're in the box or the box, right? Like, what does that look like on a shift?
Well, it can look like a lot of things, but typically we're seeing or feeling the same things. It's a spot where you are so narrow-minded that the tunnel vision doesn't allow you to create solutions for the problems or opportunities at hand.
That's awesome. So the box doesn't sound like a very fun place to be.
No, it's not.
But how do we tell when we're in the box?
Firstly, I want to preface by saying it's okay if we're in the box because we're going to put ourselves back in the box. Someone's going to put us back in the box. It's okay. The important thing is we're understanding when we're in the box, how we got there, and how to get out. So some things to recognize when you're in the box, that narrow-mindedness, the tunnel vision, some thoughts that might run through your head is, I have to do all of this by myself. I have to take care of 20 things right now. Everything is urgent. I'm sure Riley's going to call off again today because that's what he's done the last few days. It's kind of like that spiral of chaos. So with those thoughts, now my body is a little more tense. I'm starting to kind of bark orders because I'm trying to figure out all of these 20 million things at the same time, and I can only do them by myself. So I have to hurry. And then that also includes tense muscles. Maybe my blood pressure is rising, and my tone is not going to be very nice when I'm barking those
box.
orders, or my facial expressions are not going to be pleasant or welcoming when I'm working with my team or with guests.
Well, that cognitive load of putting all that on your shoulders is a lot. And in a second, we're going to talk about triggers. And but before that, I want to kind of paint a picture, right? So we talked about the, call offs, screens are full, the fries are down. Like there's all these things going on, right? And as shift leaders, again, there's a lot of things that you guys have to handle. Recognizing that you're in the box is that first step. And being able to say, hey, things aren't going well, like that's a skill. And it's okay. We're going to develop that skill today. A lot of what you said, Hailey, kind of reminds me of triggers, right? What's going to trigger me to be in the box? And we've had a couple conversations, couple episodes about boundaries and different things and how to really identify our personal triggers. What triggers me. So what are some things that can trigger being put in the box?
When we're in the restaurant, some of the triggers that could put us there easily are Riley calling off like he did for the last 3 days. And that's something that's out of my control.
Yeah.
So having to try and navigate my shift when I'm also in charge of our OP times. I'm also in charge of maintaining labor. I'm also in charge of making sure that we're ready for the next shift. I'm also in charge of X, Y, and Z. The uncertainty that comes with running shifts, running restaurants is always going to be there.
Yeah.
So
big one.
Yeah. So the likelihood of us being in the box is likely.
Yeah.
and that's why we were saying it's okay to be in the box, knowing how to identify it, knowing how to get out of it. That's the important skill that we're trying to take away from
and getting out of it quicker.
Yes.
Like let's recognize it faster and get out of it quicker.
Yep.
So that we can now lead and step into that leadership position and get out of the box. That's the goal.
In addition to all the logistics that we're in charge of as we're running the shifts, there's people that can also put us in the box, right? Our guests, as they come to us with opportunities. And then also there might be team members that you just don't have a good relationship with. So the moment they approach you, you immediately put yourself in the box. They might not even, they might not even have done anything other than approach you. And
or you might not even know that it's putting you in the box at this point.
Yep.
You might feel a change of behavior. Like, when John comes up to me, I get angry, or I have an emotion, or I have this experience that is unfavorable.
Yeah.
Well, why is that? Because you're in the box.
Yeah. I don't want to talk to Riley because every time I talk to him, it's always, he has questions about this, and I have 20 million things I'm doing right now. So I don't want to talk to him. So automatically Riley puts me in the box, and it's not fair to me. It's not fair to Riley.
And Hailey, I think too, it's important to recognize that triggers are just patterns, right? They're just patterns that we're recognizing about when we're getting put into the box. Like, they're not a bad thing. And the more you can recognize those triggers, it's easier to identify that you're in the box. So again, we're trying to figure out that we're in the box faster and get out of the box faster so we can be an impactful leader.
Yes.
So now I want to talk about maybe how we can start learning how to get out of the box. So we've identified what the box is. It's that kind of narrow-minded state that kind of makes us freeze and second guess or all these things, right? And we're in the box because of cognitive overload, perfectionism, conflict, all these different millions of things that we have to do as shift leaders or leaders in general. So now let's ask ourselves, how do we get out of the box?
McDonald's loves their acronyms. So
Sure do.
Let's throw another one in, right? And if we're talking about being in the box, let's use box.
Oh, that's easy.
I know,
I like
right?
that. So the box exit is the acronym so it's box exit, BOX exit, because we're leaving the box.
Right.
We're in the box. We know we're in the box.
Yep.
Now
We're gonna get out of
We're
here.
going to get out of the box.
Yep.
So we're building a back door into kind of this frozen state.
So B is breathe.
Okay.
We're spiraling, right? We're here. We're
Heart rate's at
spiraling.
maybe 150 and you got
Yep.
Okay.
I do not look pleasant. I'm not approachable. I did not listen to the podcast with you and Nick, so I don't know how to do this. So I'm going to take a moment and I'm just going to breathe. Breathing might be taking 10 seconds to actually breathe. Breathing also might look like moving a little bit. If I'm super tense because of all of the adrenaline running through my body, a simple movement, if I can't go exercise, right? Just a simple movement, changing my stance will release some of that energy and allow me to...
Or literally shake it off.
Yeah, right?
You know,
That's okay.
Yeah.
That's all right. Yeah, just shake it off.
Shake that energy
Because
off.
we're regulating right now. Another way to regulate is to name what you're feeling. I'm feeling overwhelmed. I'm feeling stressed. I'm feeling angry. It brings that emotion to the forefront, and for you to say out loud, this is it, And I know how to navigate when I'm angry.
Well, I was just going to ask you, because it popped in my head, like, are we shouting out, like, I'm angry? Like, do we have to say our emotion out loud, or is this something that we can eventually do maybe in our...
Yeah, whatever you're comfortable with, right? Yeah. Like if you're at the landing zone, maybe don't yell out that you're angry.
Or under your breath, be like, this sucks. I'm tired. I'm angry. I'm upset.
Yeah, but in the spirit of being emotionally intelligent and also being authentic with our team, use your common sense. Yeah. If you feel it's beneficial to the team and for you to say, you know what, I am really angry right now. I am overwhelmed. Absolutely.
Yeah, no, that's true.
Authenticity is a great way to help get you out of the box.
Yeah, and to, again, regulate and bring back the problem-solving skills.
Yes.
Because when you're in that state in the box and you're not, you don't know where the exit is or how to get out, you're just going to stay in the box. And then your shift's going to be over and you're going to feel like crap. You're going to feel exhausted, drained, mentally, physically. And we don't want you to end your shift like that. No. We want you to end your shift feeling ready for the next one. Yep. So bringing that problem solving with breathing and taking that time is super important. And I know you said, count to 10 to kind of regulate. I also like, it's the same thing, but it just frames it a little bit different.
Sure.
So you count to 5 and then you count down from 5. So you're still counting to 10.
Yeah.
But it takes a little bit more like intentionality and brain power to be like, okay, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Like it kind of brings, I don't know. It's just cool.
Yeah, that's called grounding. It's a great way to get you back to normal for you to really make some impactful and intentional decisions when it comes to our next letter, which is O, observe.
Okay, so O is observe. So I'm in the box. B is breathe. I'm identifying how I'm feeling. I'm looking at my stance. I'm moving a little bit. I'm trying to get back to problem solving. So now I'm at O, observe.
We talked about all the stuff about us. Now we're moving to observe. And those are all of the true facts that we can see and that we can hear and that are tangible things.
Yeah, okay.
Right? So we know that we're down a person. That is true.
That's a true fact, yeah.
We know that our fries are going to take 2 minutes until they're up. So that is a true fact right there. Drive-thru's wrapped. Front counter has 10 people. I mean, all of the things that you can see, all of the things that you can hear, the facts.
Well, and we get to those facts by asking ourselves, what's true right now?
Right.
Right. So like you said, we've talked about ourselves, how we're feeling.
Yep.
Now we're asking ourselves, what is true right now?
Yes.
And all those things could be true and more, right?
Yep.
Other things can be true.
Trying not to paint a picture that's not already there. Right? Like you said, what is true right now? Not, 10 more people could walk in.
Right.
There are 10 people. These are the things that I can see. These are the things that I can hear right now.
And as you're observing those things, I think it's okay to ask yourself too, like, what's the next right step? Like, you don't have to solve the whole situation, but what's that next thing that you're going to do to prioritize those things? Yeah. Another way I think to regulate, yourself now that we've breathed and we're in the observe phase is, what would calm leadership look like during this? We've painted this picture of a very chaotic shift. And I know you guys all know that too well, and how to kind of check yourself is like, ask yourself, what does a calm leader look like in this situation? Is it somebody who's running around doing everything for everybody? Or is it delegation? Is it repositioning? What does that next thing look like as a calm leader? And during this observe phase, it's okay to say, hey, what can wait 10 minutes? Not everything is a priority, right? And we've talked about only the things that you can control. And don't focus on what could be. 10 more people are going to walk in. No, what's right now?
Right.
Okay, so I've got 10 people in the lobby. I got fries cooking. I've got a call off. I need to reposition. I need to do something. So what can wait that 10 minutes so that my cognitive load can kind of come back down? Because that's what's putting us in the box, or what could be putting us in the box is just the pure chaos.
Yeah.
So how do we then say, okay, here's the priorities, here's what I'm going to tackle, here's what calm leadership sounds like, and then now you've got the team working with you instead of against you potentially. And I like how you said too, Hailey, when we're observing, we're using our eyes, our ears, like we're using our senses, and we're asking ourselves those questions. So we've talked about B, breathe. That's all about us. O, observe. What is happening? What are the truths of the situation? And now we're going to talk about X, which is expand. So what is expand? How does that help us get out of the box?
Well, and by the time you've gotten to the expand part of this, you should already feel a lot calmer. Not necessarily calm, but you should have felt the shift in your demeanor. And so at this point, you've observed, right, what needs to be done. Expand on those questions. Expand on how am I going to tackle these tasks at hand? And you can do that by asking, what can I control in those next 2 minutes? Right? We talked about the priority of it.
And I like the 2 minutes, right? Because you don't have to fix the whole thing. Like it's not like this is snapshot stuff.
Yes. Chunk it out.
2 minutes.
Absolutely.
Don't focus on 2 hours from now.
Right.
Focus on what can you change right now in the next 2 minutes, or what can you control in the next 2 minutes. I think that's super helpful because, again, the cognitive load and just the chaos and all the decisions that you need to make so quickly. Don't worry about 2 hours from now. Worry about what you can control right now.
And truthfully, depending on what your situation is at the restaurant, the 2 minutes still might feel too much. That's still too long of time because a lot can happen in 2 minutes. So you can also ask, what is the next simplest step? What is the simplest thing that I can complete right now?
What's an example of that in the restaurants? Like, I mean, we're deciding what's simple. So obviously you guys know what's simple, but what do you think could be a simple thing they could do? A simple next step.
What I found to be the simplest thing is giving clarity to my team. Right? We know that when I was in the box or when I'm in the box, one of the thoughts that I'm having is that I have to do everything myself.
Yeah.
So giving a little clarity to my team of what I'm feeling, what I'm thinking will, one, allow me to free some things up, and also allows them to help tackle these tasks.
Yeah, your team wants to help.
Right.
You know, they don't want to see the shift struggle or see you as their leader struggle. And I think during that clarity piece, you can also hit on expectations.
Yeah.
You know, because if all these things are happening, all these things are falling apart, like you have to make a decision. You have to change something. So maybe it's, giving that clarity to the person to present, like, hey, you know, we're clearly struggling. I need you to make sure you're saying these things. I need to make sure you're going, you know, stick with us or something. I don't know. Or give clarity on, hey, our times are 125 seconds. We're so close to lunch. Like use that as a driver to give that clarity.
Yeah. And then in return also just gives us a little clarity to then go tackle some of the things that are bigger. Remember that X is expand. So we want to expand on the questions we've already asked ourselves and the decisions that we're going to make, right? So one question that can be really helpful is, if I wasn't stressed right now, what would I do? Giving ourselves a moment to step outside of our shoes into a calmer spot, right? And say, what would you do? Or what would I tell a new manager? What would I tell a new manager right now what to do? Because chances are this chaos isn't something that has never happened before.
We've experienced this before. Probably.
Yeah, whether it was we were in bubble, whether it was we were initiating in the kitchen, or we were running the shift. We've seen it before and we've gotten out of it before. But when we're in it, we're just in it, and it's so hard to get out of that. Not anymore because we have the box exit. Yeah. But removing yourself from the situation to see the big picture, expand on it, to see the big picture is really powerful.
But Hailey, I have 200 million things I need to do, and the line's getting longer. The fries are down. The kitchen team just ran out of chicken nuggets. We got to wait for those. The phone's ringing off the hook. I've got all these things. Can I really go take a minute and a half, 2 minutes to go sit in the office and rethink this stuff? Can I do that?
Yep.
What do you mean? How can I leave the situation that I'm in right now and actually go take that time to expand on my thinking or expand and ask these questions? How can I do that? I don't have time for that.
We always have time to do that because it's also going to help us in the long run. So Absolutely. Go take that. It might not take 2 minutes. It might not take a minute. The more we practice this, the more we can identify our triggers, the quicker we're going to get out of the box. So it might just be, I'm going to go get a drink of water for 30 seconds.
Yeah.
I'll be right back. That is okay. Because staying in the box for the next 10 minutes is way more detrimental than us removing ourselves from a very busy restaurant that still needs our help. I understand that. But removing ourselves for 30 seconds to get out of the box and come back a better me, absolutely.
Worth it.
Take that time.
Absolutely. And I think I really like because that value that you're going to get from that 30 seconds, minute, whatever, is going to help you make those decisions and now effectively pick that next simplest step or pick that next thing, because you're going to take that time to expand on your thinking and really make some solid decisions. Because if you stay in the box, like you said, you're not making any decisions.
Right.
You're just in it. So leaders, we have a kind of a tip for you. We've talked about the box exit, right? The acronym. So breathe, observe, and expand on your thinking and your situation. And we just said that you can go spend that time to kind of go through this method and take that time to figure out why you're in the box, what put you there, and how to get out. Oh my gosh, but that sounds like it's going to take 30 minutes. That sounds like a long time.
It does sound like a long time. We talked about it for a long time.
We have talked about it for a long time. But this method, this box method, really doesn't take that long. It can take 90 seconds. So So what is a 90-second box exit tip?
We've identified that we're in the box. Things are moving. We're spiraling. We're going to breathe. However that breathe section looks to you, taking a drink of water, taking a few breaths for 10 seconds, that in for 5, out for 5 seconds, you're going to breathe. Second, for observe, we're going to say 3 facts out loud. Then we're going to ask one expansion question. And at this point, we've now gained some clarity and we're feeling a little calmer. So we're going to delegate one task.
One task.
At least one task.
That's awesome.
Yep.
That's 90 seconds max.
Super easy.
Super easy. And honestly, the other day, I don't think I was necessarily in the box, but I definitely had either some nervous energy or something before a call or whatever. And I was like, I could feel my heart rate increasing. And I'm like, why? Why? Why are you feeling this way? Why is your body reacting this way? And so I literally just sat there and did a couple deep breaths and boom, regulated, and I was ready to go. So like this stuff, it sounds kind of fluff. Sometimes it does when we're talking about these things, but really 90 seconds, guys. Like take the time, breathe, observe, expand, delegate.
You deserve that.
Yeah.
You deserve to be out of the box because
absolutely.
That's where you get to really shine as a leader.
In the box, like we talked about at the beginning, it's not fun. Nobody wants to be in the box. So learning what puts you in the box and how to get out of the box faster is really the goal here of this episode. So please take the time. Next time you're, feeling a little overwhelmed or think, your cognitive load is, oh my gosh, there's so many things. Just think about what Hailey and Riley said. So on your next shift, ask, how can I use the box method to help me with my shift? And then after your shift, reflect on what happened. And you'll just strengthen those muscles. You'll strengthen the box method and really help yourself become a better leader. Well, thanks again for listening, guys. I appreciate it. Hales, thanks for joining me and talking about the box method. Again, a lot of learning here, and we're glad you're here and glad you're listening. Take us away, Hales. What is it? I'm going to embarrass her now. Listen.
Oh my God, we're not keeping this, are we? It's fine. We're going to listen, learn, and lead.
See you later.
Bye, guys. Thanks for joining us on Buns, Burgers, and Big Ideas. We hope today's episode inspired fresh ideas for your leadership journey. Be sure to subscribe so you never miss an episode, and keep learning with us as we continue to explore leadership in the QSR world. Until next time, take care and lead well.